Real YouTubers have subscribers. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hello, it's your boy. Please subscribe. Today, first of all, we are so close to 200K. We might even hit 199,000 subscriber today. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. The reason is because please, okay? Please do it. Anyway, so, for those of you who followed me on Twitter, you know that I competed in the April IC. The April IC. The IC is an online tournament. It's a ladder tournament where you're given 15 games per day for 3 days, for a total of 45 games. And you get points when you beat people. You get more points for beating somebody higher than you. You get less points for beating someone lower than you. The higher up the opponent, the more points you gain for winning. And it's the reverse for losing. You lose more points if the opponent is lower. And you lose less points if the opponent is higher than you. And you can play as many games as you want as long as it's less than 45 or 15 per day. And whoever has the most, like the highest score at the end wins. So I decided to compete in this tournament and take it seriously, because we don't really have events anymore, so I figured I may as well, and I thought I could, like, I don't know, make an interesting team for it. And the results just came out yesterday, and it turns out that I won. So my final rating was 1851, and I finished first, and this is the team that I used. I've used this team on the channel before, but I figured I should talk about it a little bit more formally, and just kind of explain the thought process behind the team, because I was planning on making this, like, report once the results were out, and I was pretty sure I won, but I wasn't positive, so yeah. So this is the team that I used: Dragapult, Togekiss, Conkeldurr, Dusclops, Coalossal, Gmax, and Gastrodon. And I like the team a lot. I think it's really strong. The way that it worked for me is I played 15 games the first day. I went 13 wins and 2 losses. I lost to one opponent who had Ally Switch Chandelure and Max Ground Bisharp. Turn 1, as I went for Surf and Max Flare, they went for Ally Switch and Max Ground, so my Max Flare didn't work. Or I might have actually, I think I Max Rockfalled into the Chandelure, actually. So I lost to that person, and then I also lost to a Toxapex, because my team was really weak to Toxapex. The Toxapex Hatterene is really hard for it was Toxapex Hatterene Ferrothorn. So I went 13-2 the first day. The second day I went 10-0, I didn't play any Toxapex, so I beat them all. And then the third day I only played 5 games, and I won all 5 of those as well. So my final record was 28 wins and 2 losses, and the 2 losses were not to, like, standard teams, to say the least. Yeah. And they were both in the first day as well, which is interesting. So, yeah. With that being said, I've now created a rental team, so you guys can try out this team for yourselves. It's a really good team, in my opinion, though it's not the easiest to play. Basically, I knew the IC was coming up, and I didn't know what I wanted to use. However, I knew that Coalossal was really strong, and I thought it could be good for this type of tournament. In a best-of-1 tournament, a Pokemon like Coalossal just has a lot of potential to be really threatening because it's so offensive, and if you, like, lead wrong against it, you could very easily lose. Now, people have become pretty good, actually, at playing against Coalossal, so as the tournament went on, I wouldn't go for my setup right away. However, I still knew that I liked Coalossal. I was testing the day before the tournament, and I wasn't really sure, which Pokemon I wanted to use, and everything was not really working, and in kind of like an act of desperation, I went back to the Cherim Coalossal team, because I remember that had been strong, and I found that I was doing Dragapult, Coalossal, Conkeldurr, and Dusclops almost every game, and that it was working really well. Conkeldurr Dusclops is something that I kind of attribute to Fevzi, who won the Champions Cup using, and he also got top 8 at Malmo Regionals, using Gigantamax Lapras up front, setting up Aurora Veil, and then trying to win with Dusclops and Conkeldurr in the back. That's at least how I understand how he would play. I might be wrong, but that was my understanding of it at least. And with Dual Screens Dragapult, you could do something similar. And so I realized I'd found a really good core. Dragapult Coalossal up front gives you offensive pressure. Even if Coalossal gets knocked out, you can oftentimes set up your Gmax Vocalith, which is really, really powerful as a secondary effect. And because the opponent is normally forced to target Coalossal for fear of the offensive pressure, you can use that opportunity to set screens up. And Dusclops and screens is super bulky. This Dusclops is, I just took, like, the same moves as Fevzi for both Dusclops, and I think Conkeldurr as well. Believe he had Ice Punch. Dusclops with, I think he had Thunder Punch, actually, but I have Ice Punch. But yeah, Conkeldurr, Life Orb, Iron Fist is another thing that Fevzi popularized with Detect, Drain Punch, Mach Punch, and Ice Punch. Life Orb, Iron Fist, Drain Punch is really strong and gives you a lot of recovery. I chose Ice Punch over Thunder Punch because I was worried about Dragapult. And that was a really good choice in the end. And it also helps versus Venusaur. And then Dusclops, same set as Fevzi used. He had Pain Split, Trick Room, Nightshade, and Haze. Makes Dusclops extremely, extremely bulky. So Dusclops and Conkeldurr, inspiration from Fevzi, for sure. So I knew that I had the solid core. I had Dragapult, Coalossal, Dusclops, and Conkeldurr. I chose to use screens on Dragapult. I talked to Alex Gomez about it because he had also gotten top 4 in the Champions Cup with a similar team. He had Dragapult, Coalossal, Durant, Togekiss, I think. Incineroar, Venusaur, I want to say, were the last two. Though I'm not positive. But he had Thunder Wave and Phantom Force as the last two moves on his Dragapult, whereas I Reflect and Light Screen. But after playing with the Cherrim team, I knew I wanted screens, and I ended up really liking the set a lot. And I chose to use Special Coalossal instead of the physical one on the Cherrim team, primarily because of Solar Beam, and because Intimidate weakens, like, your setup, which is kind of bad. So, yeah, I chose Special, which I think was the right choice. So, that was how I formed the core 4. I had this Cherrim team, which happened to have Dusclops and Conkeldurr, and I realized, in part because of Fevzi, in part because I was playing with Cherrim, that Dragapult, Coalossal, Conkeldurr, Dusclops is a really strong mode. I then added Primarina and Venusaur as the next two Pokemon. I talked to Alex Gomez, and he told me about Absorb Bulb, or asked him about Absorb Bulb Venusaur, and he said it was pretty good. And I thought the theory was really cool behind that. And Primarina was an Aqua Jet user that could help boost Coalossal. However, I realized that I was almost never bringing Primarina or Venusaur. I was always bringing Dragapult, Coalossal, Conkeldurr, or Dusclops, and so I figured it might be interesting to add, like, Pokemon instead of like the ones that I was already using, because I was never bringing Venusaur or Primarina anyway. One thing that I was worried about was Venusaur, opposing Venusaur, because of Sleep Powder. So I decided to add Togekiss. Togekiss is a Follow Me user, which can redirect Sleep Powder, and I gave it Lumberry. I originally gave it Safety Goggles, because I didn't want to get, put to sleep by Sleep Powder, but I talked to Aaron Trailer about it, and he suggested Lumberry, which I think was a really smart call, because you don't normally expect to take multiple Sleep Powders, and Lumberry helps protect you from Yawn. The spread on I'll talk about all the spreads later, but this is just the same spread I used on Togekiss from my regionals team. It can Dynamax. I almost never Dynamaxed onto this team, but I had the option to, and I ran Serene Grace because Air Slash go brrr. And then for the last Pokemon, I don't remember exactly how we ended up in it. I know I talked to Alex Gomez about it, and he said that he felt like Gastrodon was super important on this style of team. Yeah, and so after testing it, I felt like it was... I feel like I didn't test it that much, but I think I realized that I didn't want Primarina, and I liked Gastrodon as well, in theory. However, I'm not normally a Gastrodon fan. I actually am known for not liking Gastrodon very much. However, I talked to Aaron Trailer about it, because I was like, alright, maybe Gastrodon. I think he might have suggested Gastrodon, and I was like, yeah, Alex said Gastrodon's pretty good as well. And so I wasn't really sure what to do with Gastrodon, and I was like, okay, well, we want Scald, Earth Power, Recover, Yawn, like, what do we want? And Aaron said, actually, and this is kind of what changed the dynamic of the team, he suggested that we don't run Recover. Because the theory was, if Gastrodon's, like, Recover stalling things to death, like, you probably lost at that point anyway. Like, we're not this isn't a team where you're trying to play to a Gastrodon endgame, and so, yeah, we don't need Recover for that reason. And that changed the entire dynamic of the team. The way the Gastrodon plays in this team, it doesn't have Recover, sure, but, like, Scald, Earth Power, Yawn, and Protect are all so important, and they all help so much in certain instances that, yeah, it was such a smart call, and it really changed the dynamic of the team. And because we didn't have Recovery, we chose to use Iapapa Berry. I didn't really want to use Rindo Berry because, like, I wasn't trying to win the game with Gastrodon anyway, so weakening one Grass-type attack wasn't as worth it to me as, like, if I get hit with a Grass-type attack, I'll die, sure, but, in exchange, I get to stick around a lot longer and have a form of, like, pseudo-recovery, which is actually pretty nice. So, yeah. In terms of the spreads, Colossal's max speed, max special attack, nothing fancy there. In theory, you don't need max speed, but I figured, like, it could come in handy for the mirror match, and I was right for that. Because you could only afford to drop, I think, 3 speed points, which is not enough to justify, like, it, in my opinion. Like, the extra bulk is not worth the loss in speed. Dragapult also is a very simple spread, max attack, max speed, 4 HP. I didn't think it was worth investing in bulk, and Dragon Darts actually does damage sometimes, so it's kind of, I think, worth it. Gastrodon I EV'd. Oh, right. I was worried about... Okay, there were 2 Pokemon I was worried about. I'm sorry. Venusaur and Lapras. I added Gastrodon to beat the Lapras. I totally forgot about that. Yeah. Because Max Geyser was too problematic, and... Yeah. So I EV'd Gastrodon to get 3-hit KO'd by Aurora Veil, which then is a 4-hit KO after the berry, I think. So, yeah. It should never be 2-hit KO'd with Aurora Veil up and G-Max Resonance. So, yeah. That way you can actually do something safe against Lapras and stall out the Dynamax and then go from there. So, yeah. That's why I added Gastrodon. Togekiss, same spread as my regionals team. It was originally EV'd for, like, some Steel Calcs, but it doesn't have a Babbery Berry anymore, so it doesn't live those anymore. So, yeah. But I still like the spread. It's still cool. Dusclops is just a typical bulky spread I've been using. I don't remember what it does. I'm sorry. I knew at some point. If you watch my regionals team report, I can probably tell you what it does. But I don't remember off the top of my head. I'm just so used to it. Like, I know the calcs intuitively, even if I can't explain them to you. And then Conkeldurr, max attack, and then minimizing life orb recoil, and the rest in special defense. So that's the team. And that's, that's the team I used to win the IC. I think let's play some battles with it. I mean, obviously, I've used it on the channel before, but now that you have the full context, hopefully it'll be a little bit more interesting. So, yeah, you guys can try it out for yourself. I really like Coalossal. I think it was the right call for this tournament, for sure. Wow, people are really playing. I only record, like, I just finished recording another video. Let's see. So, yeah, it's been, like, less than half an hour since I played last. So, yeah, we're just going to try out this team on the ladder. Obviously, it's not perfect. The way in which I played the team, which I think I've demonstrated a little bit, is I use Coalossal a lot of the time to bait out a Gigantamax or a Dynamax from my opponent. Excuse me. Yeah. Okay, yeah, this might be Max Geyser Dragapult. Ooh, this is a bit of an interest. Like, Clefairy is one of the Pokemon I don't love seeing with this team. This team loses really hard to Conkeldurr and Trick Room. However, I kind of feel like I need Gastrodon here as well. This is actually really tricky. We've already locked in. So basically, this is tough because they have two possible ways of stopping Coalossal. They have the way which is the way I expect, which is, you know what? If I lead Coalossal, they're just gonna lead something that beats it. So I think I shouldn't lead Coalossal for that reason. I'm just really worried about Clefairy. Okay, I'm just gonna have to find a way to beat Clefairy. I'm gonna do Dusclops, Togekiss, Gastrodon, Conkeldurr. No Coalossal this game. Togekiss is good for matchups where you really want to be able to set Trick Room up. Yeah, Clefairy's a bit of a problem. Haze is really good for removing Intimidate, which might come into play this matchup, but it's also really good for removing opponents' defensive boosts and offensive boosts. So yeah, I expect either Tyranitar, I expect probably Excadrill up front. Although if it's Max Geyser or Dragapult, which with Clefairy I typically assume. Yeah, Excadrill Clefairy, that makes sense. Cool. So in this situation, the good thing is we can immediately find out their items. Well, the item on Excadrill specifically, I guess I should say. Mold Breaker. Okay, oh, they're Mold Breaker. Okay, they're not Sand Rush. Weakness Policy, Excadrill, and Eviolite Clefairy. So this is, this team is some similarities to the team that Eduardo used to get second at the Champions Cup. Yeah. Versus this style of lead, what I've learned is that you don't actually need to, like, rush anything. I think it's pretty likely that they either Swords Dance or Helping Hand Steel Spike into my Togekiss, so I don't need to take a hit here. It's unnecessary. I can just switch to Gastrodon. Let's see the Dynamax. They do. Okay, so like I said, getting the opponent to Dynamax early is really good because my team is really bulky and kind of specializes in removing in baiting out Dynamax and then going from there. So yeah. The good news is that with Clefairy on the field, like, that's the one thing I want to remove the most in order to win with Conkeldurr. So having it on the field is good because it gives me an opportunity to smack it. I have to be aware of after you. Okay, they didn't... Huh. That's interesting to me because they didn't go for Helping Hand or Follow Me. So I wonder what they're doing. Oh, it's Sing. It's Sing Clefairy. I've seen these teams. Yeah, they hit. That sucks, dude. Okay, Dusclops takes a nap. Yeah, Clefairy was already bad, and then when you add in Sing, it becomes even worse. However, the thing is, I actually don't even think this is that bad of a situation for us. Like, on the one hand, I do kind of have to take a hit here with Gastrodon, but I've already used a turn of their Dynamax, and I'm going to spend another turn here. How am I going to deal with Clefairy, though? Because, like, if it just keeps stinging me, I'm kind of in trouble. They Helping Hand. They should be Helping Hand Max Quake, I think. I wanted to switch to Togekiss, but it would just leave me a sitting duck next turn, so I didn't do it. Should be Quake. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to haze away these boosts. They hit Gastrodon, that's what we expected. There's a lot of damage through Protect. This is turn 2 of Sleep as well. Let's see if we wake up. We've been asleep for one turn. We actually get wake up because that was really good. And we get a Trick Room off. Huh. So I will have spent all 3 turns of the Dynamax, which is nice. I'm going to yawn the Clefairy. I think getting rid of Clefairy is kind of in my favor here. And I'm going to Nightshade the Clefairy as well. I think I'll wait to haze until the next turn. Yeah, Clefairy with Sing is a problem. Helping Hand, Follow Me, Protect Sing is most likely the moveset. I don't think it's worth switching. Like, if I'm my opponent here, like, the switch to Togekiss is super obvious, so I don't want to go for it for that reason. Because if they, like, helping against Steel Spike probably will KO my Gastrodon. And so it's not worth it to me to sack full HP Togekiss at this point. Especially with Excadrill having already Dynamaxed. Okay, they're going for another Sing that should be into Dusclops. I have a feeling they'll hit, which is a bit of a problem, but it's not the end of the world. They go for Sing. They actually missed this time. Into Gastrodon. Interesting. Okay. So I guess maybe they wanted to cover a switch. Although with my Lumberry, it wouldn't have actually covered a switch. They go for Quake again. Okay, so a switch to Togekiss would have been safe, but I think they had a better move that they didn't go for. Sorry, Gastrodon. Gastrodon goes down, but since I don't have Coalossal, it's not the end of the world. Sing Clefairy is annoying, though, and I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to deal with it. Okay, we're going to go Conk now. So it's a 3 versus 4. I'm down Amon, and I've only done a little bit of damage to Clefairy. However, we have a Yawn on Clefairy, and we've stalled out their Dynamax. So I don't think this is terrible. If I'm the Clefairy here, I'm probably switching. Let's see. We know that... I think I'm just going to Haze and Drain Punch. The nice thing is because of Dusclops' Frisk, we know that... we know the opponent doesn't have anything to... we know that it doesn't have Focus Sash or anything, so I think Haze will remove all the defensive boosts. I think if I'm them here, I'm switching into Arcanine with Clefairy, if I have it. Okay, so our Clefairy switches. Also, not every Excadrill runs Protect. Arcanine comes in, okay, so they probably wanted me to activate their weakness policy for them, but that's why I went for Haze. Because I get to remove all of Excadrill's boosts and my Conkeldurr's drop in one shot. This game isn't over, however, the fact that... Oh, they had Protect, okay. That's a little unfortunate, however, it's not the end of the world. Getting rid of the boost is really nice. Okay, 4 versus 3, or 3 versus 4, and I have, what, 3 turns to Trick Room left? 2 turns to Trick Room left. Okay, that's actually interesting. I'm gonna Nightshade and Drain Punch both into the... I'm gonna Nightshade and Max Knuckle, actually. I think this is not a bad time to Dynamax. Giving myself an attack boost is kind of nice. Max Knuckle is the same as... yeah, this should be Clefairy. Oh, right. This might not KO because of the... This isn't going to KO because of the Friend Guard. That's my bad. And if I get burned, I'll probably lose. Yeah. That was a really good switch. I should have smacked the Clefairy on the way out. But I thought there was a good chance that Excadrill didn't have Protect. This isn't over, but I may have... I think I Dynamax preemptively. Yeah. We'll see. I mean, yeah, we'll see. It depends on if they Will-O-Wisp this turn. It also depends on if they take Nightshade plus Max Knuckle. But I'm pretty sure they... Like, I was pretty sure Nightshade plus Drain Punch or Max Knuckle would have KO'd. Like, without Friend Guard. But with Friend Guard, I think it's going to have, like, just enough bulk to survive, yeah. With Friend Guard, I don't think this will KO, unfortunately. It is the Life Orb boosted, but it's not strong enough. Yeah, really good switch from my opponent, I'm not going to lie. That was a really, really smart switch. Yeah, and now I get burned, and this becomes extremely difficult. Because I'm not Guts. And then Berry, okay. Let's see, if they go for anything other than Will-O-Wisp... Yeah, that's my bad. And this is why Guts Conkeldurr maybe should be picking up in usage. It's not the end of the world, though. This is still winnable. They're gonna Sing me here, right? Sing time, baby. How do I win this? I could still win this, actually. Like, Conkeldurr, because I'll be able to get another attack boost. I can even go for 2 more attack boosts if I want. It's just this Clefairy. Like, if it weren't for Clefairy, I'd be in such good shape. Clefairy goes for Protect. This might be Protect from both Pokemon. Yeah, good move, good move. Good move, good move, good move. Okay, let's see. I can win this. I just need to figure out how. The problem is, like, in order to hit Clefairy, I would need to... Yeah, actually, this isn't terrible. In order to hit Clefairy with an Ice move, I would need to, significantly weaken... I need to add Hail into the equation, which is just risky. Though I don't think I have another option, like, at this point. I think I have to... Like, the passive damage is really going to kill me, but... I think I have to go for +2 Max Hailstorm here. Or, well, neutral Max Hailstorm and go for another Trick Room. I also probably need them to miss a Sing, though I don't know if, like, if I'm them here, I might switch Arcanine out and go for Follow Me. This is doable. Like, it depends a lot on how much this Hailstorm does, but it should still be a pretty powerful move. And, like, Arcanine's damaged, Excadrill's... Okay, this should be a switch into a fighting or to a fighting weakness. Oh, it's Rotom. Okay, we know all the Pokemon. I think this is doable. Follow me? Ah, no, follow me. Okay, we need them to miss Sing. Missing Sing would be crucial. They're in range of Nightshade now, so that's really good. That's super good. Missing. They go for Sing, they connect. Ah, it's unfortunate, bro. Ah, it's unfortunate. Okay. Okay. That's a really bad Sing. Dang it! Ah, Sing Clefairy too strong. However, this is still winnable. But it all comes down to Conkeldurr, which makes it, like, kind of concerning because, yeah, like, Conkeldurr's running out of steam. And without my Dynamax, Clefairy's really hard for this team. Okay, let's see. So we know all their Pokemon. Arcanine has no item. It is at low health. Excadrill is at low health. I think I'm just going to Drain Punch here, although the passive damage is going to add up so quickly, but I don't think I can afford to Detect. I'm still +2. I'll be +1 by the end of this, like, by the end of the game. At best. Yeah, this Rotom is a bad Pokemon for them to go into. They go for Follow Me. Okay. Let's see if they Nasty Plot, because that's what I would expect here. They go for Nasty Plot. That's why I Drain Punch, because I was afraid of Nasty Plot. It depends a lot on if we can wake up this turn, I think. Okay, Clefairy finally goes down. Conkeldurr would heal a little bit of health, but okay, we could then. I don't think it mattered. Yeah. Okay. How do I win this? Okay, I stay asleep. That might seal it for us. I'm not sure. This still feels doable. Is that bad? Like, I feel like I could still win this. The Excadrill being at full HP is definitely concerning, though. Let's see. Excadrill is the switch. Okay. We're so close. Ah, I'm so close. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to Detect and Trick Room here. It's an obvious play, but I think that there's a pretty good... Like, I don't know if they want to double my Dusclops, because if they do, then they know they have a pretty decent chance at losing. And I've had 2 turns of sleep. So right now it's a 50% chance to wake up. Yeah. One of the reasons my team's weak to Clefairy is the reason I'm weak to Fairy types in general, which is I don't have a Steel move on the team. So I expect them to attack at least one mana into Conkeldurr. They go for Iron Head. Okay, into Dusclops. If they doubled me, good for them. They go for Thunderbolt. Okay, yeah, I was correct. I need to wake up this turn. I wake up, and I get a Trick Room off. Okay, cool. So now is where things get tricky. We're going to have to run a calc really quickly, guys. How much does Conkeldurr to Rotom? I think the problem is that there's a pretty good chance they just switch to Arcanine. If they switch to Arcanine, I probably might lose. Although, actually... I could also haze them, but I don't think that's doing enough for me. I'm going to double the Rotom here. I think Excadrill's going to switch to Arcanine. Ooh, a Protect from Rotom. Okay, that makes sense. Ah, good move. Yeah, I guess it was too obvious. All right, now I will lose. Ah, man, I should have called that. I should have called that. They go for Iron Head into... Yeah, Conk to take too much damage. Ah, yeah, and the Hail is what does me in. Yeah, honestly, they played well. I can't complain too much about that. Yeah, the Sing's really got me. And the Will-O-Wisp, but honestly, what really killed me this game was the Clefairy play. Yeah, they played well. No, I have no issue losing this one. Yeah, but I didn't I didn't feel like this was so much a team problem, so much as I made a couple risky moves, I guess. Yeah, I don't see a way to win this. I can haze and like try and air slash my way out of this one. I was really close. Like, Conkeldurr almost won this game on its own, but I just couldn't get through the Clefairy once I was burned. Yeah. I don't think there's a way to win this. I'd have to hope that their Life Orb max speed Rotom. And then I get the Air Slash flinch, and then I do still have Air Slash available to me, which helps. Because if I manage to make this into a 1 versus 1, then Dusclops beats Excadrill. Okay, Excadrill switches out. Okay, that's, well, if we're gonna win, that's how it's gonna happen. We need them to be max speed, Rotom. Alright, hang on, we're not giving up just yet. If they're max speed Rotom and they don't have a recovery item, they definitely have Citrus Berry, though. 100% they have Citrus Berry. Okay, Nightshade comes out. I need Air Slash to go brrr. Be max speed Rotom. Okay, they have Citrus Berry. Come on, Air Slash, go burr. Air Slash, go burr. Nah, why are they slow? They should have been max speed. Alright, yeah, that's my bad. Alright, max speed Togepi just ends up hurting me there, and I lose, yeah. Dang it. There was a chance. There was a chance. If we get the flinch there, we get to play some mind games, and then... Yeah, like, again, if I get it to a 1 versus 1, I'll win, so... Yeah, but I'll forfeit now. It was a good game. Yeah, I built this team before I realized Clefairy was a thing, so... I don't even feel like we played super poorly or anything. I think, yeah, letting Conkeldurr get burned was kind of bad. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, there's only so much you can do, and it was not the Clefairy turned what would have been a pretty easy matchup to a really hard one. So, yeah. Based on what they brought, I think I could have gone Coalossal. So, that's something I could have kept in mind, but I didn't know they were Mold Breaker Excadrill. That's why, like, ladder can be tough in best of 1, because, yeah, I didn't expect Mold Breaker Excadrill there. But let's see. We'll play another game, and then we'll call it quits, probably. Oh, there's already 700 people in Master Ball. I didn't realize. Okay, this looks like a Sun team. However, they also have Ludicolo and Rotom. So, Sableye is one of the Pokemon I fear with this team. They actually have 2 potential Trick Eject Button users. I definitely need Gastrodon here, because there's 2 water types. And then I either do Dusclops or Conkeldurr. I kind of like Dusclops here. Like, Conkeldurr has ice coverage, but... Yeah, I'll do Dusclops here. I think that gives me a solid Trick Room mode. I know when I see a team like this, that they are probably going to have something that catches me off guard, so I'm going to slow play my Coalossal, and I might want to go for like a mid-game Trick Room rather than an early-game Trick Room, or a mid-game Coalossal rather than an early-game Coalossal. Yeah. So what I like about Dusclops is at least, like, if things don't go my way in the early game, I can dip, I can reassess the situation, and I can come back in later and go for Vocalith in the mid game. Because they don't really have anything that wants to deal with Coalossal plus Gastrodon at the same time. Ludicolo is the closest thing, but if I play smart, then it should be hard for Ludicolo to really get going. This is another game where stalling out the Dynamax is going to be very beneficial to me. I wonder if this is the type of player who has Trick Eject Button, number 1, and number 2 who would go for it. I'm pretty confident Charizard won't be the lead here, but we'll have to see. If you lead Charizard Sableye, you're out of your mind. Sableye Ludicolo looks like. Yeah, okay. Interesting. Alright, so I can go for Dragon Darts and try and find out if it's Eject Button Sableye, which is the thing I fear the most, but I think Light Screen is probably better. Let's just go for Light Screen and Protect. I don't know if Sableye gets Rain Dance. I'm pretty sure it does, though. I don't think they would Surf here. Yeah. They have to also wonder if I'm going into Gastrodon. Because if Gastrodon were to come in here, like, and they go for Max Geyser, it would be pretty bad for them. So I feel like they'll either make an over prediction or they'll go for an ice move into Dragapult, try and cover like it. One of the nice things about this team is that if you go for a screen and protect turn 1 in front of a water type, oh no Dynamax. I didn't expect that. Okay, Rain Dance. Oh, what if they have Surf? Hold up. If they have Surf, things get really different. Or Muddy Water. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, actually. Hang on, wait a second. This just got difficult. That's a lot of damage. That's got to be Life Orb, right? No, it's... Okay, it's Specs Ludicolo, right? It actually might not be Specs. I mean, it's actually... Muddy... I don't know my Muddy Water calcs. I'm going to Dragon Darts and switch into Gastrodon. This is what I was talking about. This is why I didn't want to go with Coalossal early game. Because, yeah, I might have gotten caught off guard. However, if I can get through the Trick Room here, or if I can get through the Ludicolo somehow, then I can be probably in okay shape. If they hit me with a Grass move here, honestly, just good for them. They got me. But yeah, I think I'm going to go for Dusclops and Coalossal to try and win. The problem is, How am I gonna get past Sableye Ludicolo? Because Sableye looks like it wants to stop my Sableye looks like it wants to stop my Trick Room. Let's see. This is an obvious switch, however, I feel like I have to go for it. Okay, so they did have eject button in the end. They've taken my Focus Sash. Oh, Gastrodon took the eject button. Interesting, okay. Interesting, okay. Man, this is a drag. I'm gonna go for Dragon Darts. The fact that I took Papa Berry, though, is kind of problematic. Not gonna lie. Okay, we get some good damage there. I'm tempted just to go for Dragon Darts again and Protect. See what happens. I'm gonna Dragon Dart to switch to Dusclops. Let's just confirm what this Ludicolo's item is. And then I'll switch back to Gastrodon next turn as they try to trick me. Because they probably want to take away my Eviolite. Yeah, when I was talking about running max attack on Dragapult, this is one of the situations that I had in mind. Like, not like this specifically, obviously, but just like, you know, Dragon Darts being a potential 3-hit KO on Ludicolo kind of ends up being a big deal here. They actually switched Sableye out into Rotom Washi for me, I presume. So this might mean that Ludicolo is going to Dynamax here, if I had to guess. Because if you're bringing a Water type in front of, you know, this. Let's see. Specs, Rotom, and Expert Volt Ludicolo. Okay, they go for Ice Beam. Now that's the worst case scenario. I should die to this. Yeah, I die to this. Okay, hang on. Now things are looking really bad. How do I win this? Okay, it is Specs Rotom, though, which is good to know. They can literally do whatever they want. Ah, man, this is a rotten matchup. What the heck? Why is it such a bad matchup? I'll go into Coalossal just because I have to. And I immediately have to switch out into Gastrodon. I just have to pray that this works. I don't think it will, but I have to go for it. Man, this sucks! Are they going to trick Specs me? Because that would be bad. That would be super bad. The good news is I do still have Light Screen up, but the bad news is that I have 2 4x weak Pokemon against Ludicolo. So it doesn't matter that much. Man, this actually sucks. I actually think I should have brought Conkeldurr. I think I should have done maybe, like, the same mode as last game. Trying to go for... I don't know. It's tough. It's actually really tough. I don't know what was right here. The good news is Rain has got to be ending soon, but the bad news is since they haven't Dynamaxed yet, that's, like, my main fear. Go back into Gastrodon. Muddy Water comes out. Okay, so Gastrodon will survive this turn, which is very helpful. Man, I've got to get through this Ludicolo. That's a bad accuracy drop. Oh, God, they got me. Okay, Trick Room is now up. How am I going to win this? Does anyone have any ideas? Because I'm, like, actually running out of ideas. Although, I don't know. I have a couple tricks left. With Trick Room going up, if this is Encore Sableye, I'm going to throw up. Although with Quash Sableye... Hang on. With Quash Sableye, this is actually kind of bad. I haven't revealed Protect yet. I think I have to go Protect here. And Nightshade. Like, I need this Ludicolo to get in range soon. Worst case scenario, they go for Max Grass. Best case scenario, they go for regular Grass. Capillaris is a problem. Rain's going to be ending soon, though. And with Rain and Scald, like, Sableye's going to... Oh, they can Quash me, can't they? There's no guarantee they have Quash. They have Trick and Rain Dance. And they probably have a Dark move as well. Okay, still no Dynamax. That's good. That should mean we can get Ludicolo with a Nightshade here. Taunt comes out into Dusclops. Okay. Taunt, Trick. Please connect. Okay, hit them with a Nightshade. That's good. One more of those is almost going to KO. Is the Rain ending this turn? Rain is ending. Okay. And my Light Screen is gone. Okay. So, what are my options? I could switch if I wanted. I'm going to Scald and Nightshade both into the Ludicolo. I'm not sure it's the right move, but it's all I've got left, honestly. My Dusclops is taunted. Yeah. The dual water types... I should have known. They had Quash. Oh, they quashed Gastrodon, interestingly enough. It's a little bit weird, but whatever. Okay, this is probably not going to KO based on how much the last one did. Maybe just short. Oh, shoot! They were under 50 health. Okay. Hang on. Wait, we're still in this. Wait, we're still in this. Okay, hang on. If rain was up, they would have died. That's my berry. That's mine! Not yours! Okay, hang on. Wait, we're still in this. Sable's now in Scald range. Man, okay, it turns out Ludicolo is kind of a rough matchup if you bring these Pokemon. Yeah, Dusclops. This is why I brought Dusclops, because sometimes mid-game Trick Room, things will go awry, and mid-game Trick Room is what you need. Because now, technically, we're up in Mons. Okay, Togekiss comes in. I guess they want to Dynamax that. Let's take out the Sableye, I think, is the next thing, because that way we can force... Oh, right. How many turns of Taunt are left? One? Okay, one. I guess I may as well just double the Sableye, then. Because they don't have an easy way through Gastrodon anymore. Oh, wait, they don't have an attacking move. Oh, but I still have the eject button. I mean, Coalossal's looking really strong here. Yeah, Coalossal's looking super, super strong. Trick, Taunt, Quash, Rain Dance. But they could trick away my Eviolite, which would be kind of a problem. Although then I could just Pain Split it back. And I do have Yawn as well available still. The Trick, yeah, that was the right move. They don't have an item anymore, so yeah, I may as well. Dusclops is going to take Eviolite. Feels bad, man. Wait, they still haven't Dynamaxed. What are they doing? What are you doing? Okay, Sableye goes down. I probably maybe should have Nightshaded Togekiss. Okay, Haze time, baby. Yeah, it's another reason I like Haze for stuff like this. I'm no longer taunted, thankfully. I do not have an item, though, which is a bit of a problem. But we're just going to have to deal with it. I think I'd rather Yawn the Togekiss, personally. Like, yeah. I think it's more likely to Dynamax here. Oh, no. Wait a second. What if they... Oh, no. Oh, no. So if Rotom is faster than Togekiss, then Togekiss can go for Dazzling Gleam or Max Starfall. Okay. And that could force my Gastrodon out because of the eject button that's still in play. And then they could Hydro Pump my Coalossal. Don't do it. Don't do it. KO Dusclops instead. Eject button activates. I should've... No! KO Dusclops is so tempting. Don't use Hydro Pump. Okay, they're no longer Specs. Now I have Specs, Dusclops, and Trick Room is over. See, I kind of missed that Trick Room was about to end. Okay, but that thing is about to fall asleep. You know what? I've had enough of this. There's no way that, I think Grass Return is for the best. Okay, I have Specs, Dusclops, and no item Gastrodon. Man, everything had Trick. There's no way that Togekiss would follow me. That was almost really bad. If they had Hydro Pump me there, would have been over. Like, I understand why they didn't, but yeah. They're going to Dynamax now. Okay, it's like turn whatever. Turn very late into the game, and this is the first Dynamax for both of us. It should be Rotom, I think, but just to be safe, I Max Grass them. Okay, it is Rotom, yeah. I mean, it was the right play, but... yeah, I wanted to cover for it. And I figured, like, I can always go for Rocks later, whereas, like, I would feel stupid if I went for Max Grass and they didn't Dynamax here. So we'll see. That Haze comes in clutch. Like, getting rid of Togekiss' special attack boost is kind of really important. I could still lose this, for the record. I just need to figure out how I do not have that happen. Specs Dusclops. Max Grass also powers up future Max Grass, which is nice. Max Lightning comes out into Gastrodon, does not work. Dazzling Gleam comes out, does not matter. Yeah, this should be over pretty soon. It might be Scopeland's Togekiss if it's critting. And if it has Nasty Plot, it's probably some kind of offensive item. Okay. That's in range of another one. However, I think what I'll do is I will not go for it just yet. The health recovery only helps me, it doesn't help them. And Toji just takes a nap. This is too tempting for me not to just attack into it. I think I can pretty safely just Vocalith into Togekiss and yawn into the Gastrodon, or the Rotom. If Rotom somehow had a way to KO my Gastrodon, this would be an actual really interesting game, because I could pretty easily lose, I think. Although, with Vocalith in play, I think it could be, like, I think it should be fine. It would probably come down to a 50-50. But that being said, there should be no way for Rotom to KO, yeah, there should be no way for Rotom to KO my Gastrodon, and it doesn't even go for it. We know there's Volt Switch, Trick, and Hydro Pump, and we can assume it has Thunderbolts as well. So it probably can't even damage Gastrodon. Yeah. Man, this was somehow a rotten matchup. Okay, Togekiss goes down, which is nice, and we get a yawn on the Rotom, and that's just gonna seal it. Wow. Vocalith. Big damage. And that'll do it. Cool. So, we went 1-1. Obviously, I would have liked to go 2-0. However, yeah, like, the team's not perfect, and it requires good play in order to win. So, oh, it's a good thing that I went for Vocalith there, because they would have overwritten my Grassy Terrain. Yeah, the team requires good play to win, and sometimes, sometimes you lose, and that's just how it works. Like, like the matchup against Clefairy, like I said, is kind of tricky, and when they have Sing, it gets a lot harder as well. So, yeah, like, even though I didn't win, I hope I was able to show you guys how, like, at least some of how the team works. So now, I know I've used it before in the channel, but now that you have the whole picture, I thought it could be interesting as well. So, yeah, that's the team I used to win the IC. Overall, it's a solid team. It requires good play, and sometimes you need to get lucky as well. Like, it's definitely not a perfect team, but for all intents and purposes, I think it's overall pretty good, and it did what it had to do. It did, it accomplished what I set out to do, was to win the IC. So, yeah, I feel pretty good about that. Anyway, I think that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed kind of this this little breakdown of the team, and some of the usage of it as well. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you later with another daily video tomorrow. Goodbye.